Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Up and running. Everything you need to know to book an appointment at the Ford Field vaccination site.
Winter weather moving into Metro Detroit with the local forecasters tracking sleet, freezing rain, and some snow.
But we begin with breaking news just in from Detroit's east side. A violent crash inside a construction zone on I-94.
Police say a driver going more than 100 miles an hour is to blame. Tim Pamplin on the scene with the night cam. Tim.
This collision occurring along westbound 94 at Van Dyke. You see firefighters working inside that Chevy there. That Chevy was hit by this Dodge Challenger that's now upside down in the construction zone. After the collision, the Challenger went airborne, spiraling around, taking out a utility pole and bringing down those DTEYs you see now draped across the freeway. The two folks standing down there, they were in the Chevy, but witnesses tell me that Challenger came zooming down 94, got into the construction zone, slower traffic, hit that Chevy, and then, as I say, went airborne, crashed into the utility pole, bringing down the wires and landing upside down in the construction barricades there. He's going to head off down to DRH. He's in a pretty bad shape, I'm being told. That is the scene along 94 with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
All right, Tim. Our other top story at this hour, the wintry mix that has arrived.
That's right, Ben, you're tracking a little bit of everything. Sleet, snow, freezing rain.
Everything but the kitchen sink, guys. I'll tell you, there's less than a week left in winter, and we're going to get our money's worth here in the next really 12 hours or so. If you've been following this in Local Forecasters app, you've noticed we've seen a lot of action on radar. Very little of this has reached the ground, the exception being down in the south zone. That's where the moisture amounts have been a little bit more impressive. You can see down in Adrian and Monroe, still not fully saturated, but much better than that less than 50% relative humidity, that dry air that most of us are seeing. The green area is going to continue to creep north, and so most of what this is showing here on the computer model will be reaching the ground overnight, and that means north of 8 Mile, we're going to start to see some accumulating snow, but it should be done by about 5 a.m., except for just a few flakes left in the north zone. So I think we'll get through the morning commute with no precipitation falling. There may be some around, and we'll talk about that coming up, but by 10 o'clock on, we're going to start seeing a little bit of light rain move back in here as temperatures warm into the 40s at noon. We'll discuss that and what your weekend looks like. And the hint is it's a lot better in a few minutes, guys.
Good deal. All right, Ben. We first told you Friday night at 11 that booking appointments for vaccines at the Ford Field site would be up and running soon.
Well, after a delay, the site finally launched just before 6 p.m. Mara McDonald is live at Ford Field tonight. Mara, that site opens March 24th, and they say they'll be able to vaccinate 6,000 people per day.
Kimberly, that's right. And the even better part of all of this is that those 6,000 shots in arms here, they don't come from our state allotment that we get from the federal government. These are shots on top of what we already get. Let me show you how to register. FEMA chose Ford Field as one of 20 regional vaccination sites across the country. Henry Ford Health System will be the medical director here with support from Meijer, along with county and city agencies. It will be using the CDC's Social Vulnerability Index to determine whether you will get an appointment in order to serve minority and economically disadvantaged communities first, and will be open for anyone who currently meets the state's vaccine eligibility. There are 3 ways to make an appointment. Number 1, go online at Meijer.com/register/CL2021 or text END COVID to 75049, or third, but it's not recommended because of likely long wait times, the MDHHS COVID-19 hotline at 888-535-6136 and press 1. All of these will register you in the system. The FEMA Ford Field site will have the Pfizer vaccine first, and it is offered at no cost, and it doesn't matter if you have insurance. Parking will be free as well. Back here live, but what happens if you need a ride or help getting down to this site? Well, according to the state, they say they are working on some free ride-sharing options right now. Those vaccine appointments launch here March 24th. We're live at Ford Field tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Glad to hear they got the site up and running.
Yeah.
Mara, thank you. Meanwhile, the state is reporting more than 3,000 new cases over the past 2 days.
State reports 3,143 new cases and 9 additional deaths over the last 48 hours. That brings the state's totals to more than 610,000 cases and more than 15,700 deaths. Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel saying tonight she will not be investigating Governor Whitmer for her nursing home COVID policies.
Last month, 8 Republican state senators requested the investigation into how the governor handled COVID-19 patients in nursing homes, as well as the accuracy of COVID-19 reporting data. The group also wanted the state to look into compliance with CDC guidelines and with the State of Freedom Information Act. Attorney General Nessel declined their request, citing insufficient evidence that any laws have been broken or coronavirus deaths caused.
COVID outbreak at Oxford High School has caused the district to shift to virtual learning for the rest of the week. District says about 200 students are being quarantined due to potential exposure to a school-related case. In a letter sent home to parents, the district linked the positive cases to a number of large gatherings held the weekend of March 6th. The district hopes to return to in-person learning on March 22nd.
The state police cyber response team investigating tonight after hackers post racial, religious, and other slurs on the Troy School District website. The district site was taken down after the hateful messages first appeared on the site this afternoon. The message was up for about 30 minutes before being taken down. The district released a statement reading in part, quote, preliminary information shows that this hack generated from outside the country using a known malicious IP address, and no student information or sensitive data was compromised by the breach.
Plans unveiled tonight for a major facelift for the East Warren-Cadieux historical commercial corridor on the east side. Plan would inject millions of dollars into the area as part of the Strategic Neighborhood Fund. And Jason Colthorpe is there live tonight. Jason, there's some momentum here that the city can build on.
There is a little bit, Devin. I mean, blighted homes over in some of these neighborhoods have consistently been torn down, and some new businesses have also opened up. So there's momentum there. But some say the next question is going to be, will the city finish what it started here?
It's a cycle, though. Some businesses fail, some succeed, but what's really sad is if you see boarded up storefronts.
It's much more than a shot in the arm for an east side corridor in need. The city plans to invest at least $7.5 million into the Cadieux East Warren commercial area, which will include improving blighted and struggling homes and helping create new businesses and bolstering struggling ones.
I remember going to the Alger to watch a movie for $1.25.
Scotty Bowman grew up in this area and liked most of what he heard at the online unveiling of the city's plan tonight.
I think most of it's beautiful. I think it's great that there's an idea of, freshening things up, creating more comfortable storefronts.
East Warren through Morningside and the East English Village will see improvements, as will Baldock Park and the Cornerstone Village. All good in theory, but Bowman is concerned about seeing this project all the way through.
We have beautiful things, but if people don't take care of them, no matter how beautifully it's designed and how creative the people are that are coming up with this plan, it won't work unless everybody puts in. And I think that's the biggest thing, is everybody has to do their part, or else anything, no matter how big or small, will fail in the end.
Another key component, don't forget, in the middle of a pandemic, how important is healthcare? Well, a healthcare option, many options, in fact, including a primary care center, is part of this, and that's courtesy of the corporate partner in all of this, which is Blue Cross. Live on the east side tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
A lot of promise there, Jason. Can't be easy to be a guy named Scotty Bowman in Detroit, is it?
I think he's heard the jokes plenty of times.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, Jason.
Federal investigators are coming to Detroit to investigate a Tesla crash. The NHTSA Special Crash Investigation Team will look into the crash at Waterman and Fort in southwest Detroit. It happened last Thursday. The driver of the Tesla ran a red light before slamming into a semi. The passenger in the Tesla was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Investigators have not said if Tesla's autopilot feature was being used during the crash.
Today, about 1,000 Michigan National Guard members came back home. We've got video of them landing at Metro Airport. National Guard troops were sent to protect the U.S. Capitol following the January 6th insurrection. Since the attack at the Capitol, hundreds of people have been arrested. In fact, today, 2 men were charged related with the death of Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick.
Still ahead, they're the snacks we grab when we want a healthy option.
But we'll explain why some of those snacks might not be as healthy as you think.
He was just like, and then he just reached for his gun.
A man and his wife in the middle of a business meeting when a gun is pulled. The tense confrontation is now being investigated as a possible hate crime.
But first, a group of Republican lawmakers calling on Governor Whitmer to let more fans in. Their plea ahead of opening day next.